I just wanted to make a video that is less agitative and or vacuous, I guess is the word, as far as the oxygen content available for people. I think it's a courteous thing to do if I'm going to insist on doing subject matter. I like that language that we have there, and how it's not being used right at all. And then, having said that, how do you like the people that are actually catching on and then they actually use it semi the right way? Certainly not talking about a politician. Us, who kind of are poking around at stuff like this, do you see the word inside of mental? If you just capitalize, there's meta, and then of course we know about at heist, which is very interesting, isn't it? I think it's very interesting. We need to understand, like, well, what's really there. And I'm not serious about that. I'm so serious about it that you're going to have to put up with some content showing up. It could just mix in. It could magically matter to as far as like, no, now, whoa, now how did this person put this all together? The cure for what is it called narcissism, or is it just is what is really going on here? What I'm about to expose to you, as far as how that I'm just studying pardon me, studying some things. You can do it too, ladies and gentlemen. Are you having an experience on this planet Earth? Do you pay attention at all? Do you have your faculties on? And are you taking notes aside from anybody? Because there isn't a single person that has the freedom to do it but you, as far as you are concerned. Have you done it? Have you tried it? Try it, and do it. Shoot, start making choices to where that the freedom to your own awareness is the only solitary, single, most important, valuable thing that you're going to strive for. And then by the time you get to 50 years old, let us know what happens. Write a book about it. I mean, you would have to have gotten to some place where it's, you are just now shitting your pants nearly, and it's a figure of speech about wanting, you're being propelled. You can't be deleted, that's for sure. Some of us are at that point right now. It's like, excuse me, whoa, they're doing a deletion. How do they do that? What are they really deleting? Is it generational? I say no, because any person can hold knowledge that is timeless. It's not generational. If you know how to do something or something like that, see, and we really don't. We don't know much here. But there are fundamental basics. Now, what is it? Well, hey, what we are boiled down to, because of the dire condition of so-called humanity right now, is how do we boot up and activate the organization that might be the human being. Just the possibilities here, it seems, though. And a lot of people might look at this and go, man, baby, you are way too serious about the subject matter. And of course I am. There isn't anything more important to do on this plane but to let people know that there's a possibility still here that human beings are here trying to help us out with something. Oh my God, this woman has gone crazy. Nah. See, where I'm talking about now is you are on my page because I talked about narcissists, but no, what it really is the non-human. It is. It is. And see, now I want to get right into sci-fi right away. Is there a bat in here? No, there isn't. There was a bat in here one time. Um, and it was on the videotape. You can see it flying around and around, and I didn't notice it till later because they're so eerily quiet. Sorry for interrupting here. Did I advertise that I'm looking for money? Maybe we can put this tighter together and we can find out what the hell I was talking about just now. I'll have more continuity, which means I've afforded the fish oil that I'm about to. Boy, thank God for editing. I'm not going to lose my place. Neither is see not see because we're just moving right ahead along here, and ooh, if anything, I am the leader. It's really important that the visionaries of my time and ahead. I'm just, hey, it's all about my generation. Nothing going beyond 50 here because we are. Speaking of my clothes, by the way, way too sexy for that. Anything. Um, no, we've got to give somebody the stage every once in a while. It's like our limelight moment. Is it though? But really, how does it work? Are we just getting ready to retire? What I mean is, and I don't mean to offend people that way, but I know that there's that line of thinking, there's that thing going on. And what do we mean by that? Like, what I mean is, what is the real process of life here that we're living? Of course, you can go through that. You should. It's the most advisable thing is to go through the very thick of the world. Go through the school that has 2,500 students with the 45 kids in the classroom and 2 teachers, and make sure they're trying to teach you about sex education. Isn't that weird? To me, as a musician, and I'm from 1970s, by the way, original geometry, um, trying to teach the human organism, men and women, or boys and girls, especially them, about sex education. Um, uh, well, I understand the scientific thing where you want to kind of get into the biology part, but don't you think that if they were interested, they would inquire in it when it's ready, when they're not so like stifled with trying to grow? I mean, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, a lot to talk about, by the way, and it's going to continue to happen. That we're just going to have to fucking talk about something. I can't imagine what happens when Mercury starts to square Neptune. Hello, Knock. Did you hear that? That is. See, I'm getting knocks now, and I'm understanding what it is, and it's like, well, I'm not afraid of the transformation I'm going through, and does that mean another fucking lifetime over there saying, you know what? When are you going to get out of this premature coffin? When are you going to understand something, the tippy top of the rail of where you are on track, baby? How that, what do you have to say? Can you communicate it? If you could, why wouldn't you put it down and make 4,000 more videos? High volume it. Start just spewing out. Spew that shit up. Why? Who knows? It could work. It could actually be something that's needed that works. I'm all for that. I've always been kind of like that. These are real live elfin ears. If you haven't noticed, every once in a while they pull up and I was like, oh my god, I'm from a fucking another planet here. Why can't you see that this is a place where people are landing? And it's like, uh, we all kind of, we all have a basic 5-finger thing, but now look closely. What is happening really? I mean, I don't mean to make you look at it precisely that way. Because, nah, maybe my elfin look is just because um, it's an original design, but see, there's an original design here, but do you have the original creator from that design coming through there? Did I just get your attention more and more? I mean, not getting too taboo on us and boring because they keep going with the same thing. I could probably hit the same thing with another hot poker. It's just going to be this. See, I am yet to start looking into this for us more and more, and I will be able to do this. You want to be happy right now. You want to be happy that you have love in your life. If you really do have love in your life, what do you mean by love, Shauna? Good question. Big test right now because we might have been activating while Pluto was at 2 degrees Aquarius, and it's getting easy. What we mean is that Libra is going to be like, oh, no, 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 love is easy. We're going to talk about the organization. I am with the Pluto squaring my Mercury. It's a very difficult time for my mind to have faith in myself, or the mind itself. It's having a difficult time of having it faith in itself, and that's just normal. Really, I know what that's about. See, that's not going to fool me, because you don't have faith in the mind. You have faith in a feeling. This is the battle, not a battle. This is the babble. We need to look into this. This is what they're saying. Pardon me while I just starting to erase a few things here before it cuts out. I'm not going to lose my place here. You're just going to have to watch 3,000 videos and put it together for me and say, look, this is what you're about, honey. It's like, thank you. That's the best leader for you when it's like, it's your idea, isn't it? You wouldn't have come up with it unless you understood it fucking thoroughly. That's my job as a master, is to confuse you and make sure you put it together. I have somebody over there. My master is there helping me out with that currently in my personal life. I don't talk about it much, but they're full of confusion. They're just waiting for me, like, to finally just, I don't know, get out a whip or my laser, like my Luke Skywalker. Because fuck, can you let us go through the process that we're going through? If you really want to know what's happening here, you are to become a human being. This is to say, or either that or find a human being and get converted by them. This is to say, it's your classic religion. They kind of talk about it, and then there's a story about it, perhaps. But what happens to the human being when it's known for sure that there could be a human being here? See, that story is getting mixed in too. Yeah, there's many, many stories about just what is it though, generally. There is the possibility that, no, it's rare, but they're here. And what? Shauna? Oh my God, you're not seeing the fucking loads of planes full of human beings and trains going along full of human beings and the freeways is full of human beings. Don't jump to such a heavy-duty conclusion. It's not solid like that. No, I'm talking, look at it. The reason why you're on this videotape right now, I've said this before, I keep being strange, I know, is because that you were interested in narcissism, and narcissism is just a name. It's really what we're looking at to clarify, and I'm here to do that for you, hon. Think with me. Clarify that they are non-human beings. It's the problem we have with them. They're kind of, well, what does it take, Shauna, to be a human being? Trinary. You're a heart. It's very scientific. Very scientific. You are pure science. See, I would argue to say that non-human over there, it's not that's not real science over there. That's not the science that we're looking for. That's well, as science that we in and of itself we look at it. It's not the operating field of information and or radiation or operating thing that is, now the word constitute comes up. That's not what it is needed. That's not what's our constituents that are able to hold together the ideal situation that is human. See, but here's the thing. Is this realm, if you knew where I was coming from right now, and how that I know how to see things now, I don't know, my eye has been open, and it's been just a journey of, now I can tell you the downloads that I've been looking at and what I've been seeing. I have just, I know how to navigate this kind of life. I'm not crazy. I wouldn't be. A lot of us are doing this right now. We're trying to record this and we're trying to tell you something. We're just trying to make you see something. And it's not an isolated incident to hear the kind of same thing. We're going to hear the same thing. Is to be able to just, you know what, maybe you were fed a lie about history, of course. I mean, see, there's, okay, you people that are like, no, aren't you on the team of um, um, team captain bamboozlement across the board? We'll take that money. Let's go on the roller coaster. Yay! You know, it's like, well, whatever, sure. We understand that. That's what we're saying, though. See, that's just, okay. We know. See, that's the thing I was just trying to say. Maybe it's not meant to become a stable human civilization. What do you mean stable, Shana? Look at the structures that were able to go up and then like let's just imagine, babes, if you knew what I've been looking at. I'm gonna try and sort it out for you as bird brain here. Just getting this information and having a little capacity to handle, like, oh my God, really, this is what it's like to be chosen. That, you know, if anything, your mission is to communicate something that at the least write your books, because it can get pretty darn rough when the more and more that you see how it really is here. You know, you see it anyway, and it's just going to keep going. And boy, if it ends up that a Barbie doll is being used, you know, whatever the image is that comes here and says, and that causes awakening, you know, causes resonation. Really, resonation is what you're saying when you mean awakening. I'll explain that. It's just nothing will move around and become alive unless it it hears the very, the word intention comes up, but I'm talking about tension. There's a string. The very condition that it's in, it's sitting there waiting. It has this quality to it as a musical string. Then you can hum the string. You can hum the tune, the tone. Ideally, it's at 528 or 432. That's a healing thing. I don't think that it's any other way. That it's either you are in resonation. Now, a lot of times they talk about, like, well, if this resonates with you, just take it if it resonates with you. And they even mean, it's usually an oracle or a tarot a reader that says this. What they usually mean is, um, it doesn't have, see, if it's the truth and you're looking at it and it's a terrible one, so you can't just be a selective listener. That's a very profound thing to say. You're not doing selective hearing when it comes to the truth that resonates, even if it's something that's just it's uncomfortable. When it's the truth, if it's ringing to you, it's something like it's not necessarily the truth for everybody, but I didn't just say that it doesn't exist. It's one that you have to get through and throw it out and say shit on that, because I couldn't live on that. But when it starts to resonate in such a way that it hits you, it's like it just tells you, no, you can't live on this. And it's like, it's the truth. And then you're like, see what I'm saying? That's the only way that it can resonate with something that is good. It's going to continue to help you. That's all I'm trying to say. And when it starts to resonate, it's the truth that's just going to continue to try to save you as God itself, the truth, Jesus. That's what Jesus was trying to say. Christ, really. Christ is the word. Look at the birds in the word, by the way. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Why did they say that song? I have seen some things lately with that thing. I tried to explain it to somebody. I will. I'll start refining it. See, it's really exhausting to become a channeler. You have to understand how to intake it. See, you're going to get confused about, is this even something to do? Hey, babes, channel, channel, babe, you should get your channel going. Support somebody. Come see. They have great talks where people are inviting other people. Now I have Joe Dispenza come in. Now I have blah blah blah. Right? You know about this, and more. See, I might be just the canary in the coal mine. Really, it's just a forefronter. I'm a Moon Aquarius. The thing that's going to come up is not only communications. If you haven't noticed all the ways to communicate, are we supposed to do something here? Fuck, do we get it after 25 years yet? Maybe not. But when Uranus goes into Gemini, we look at when Uranus goes into Gemini. Do I ever look at it really in front of your face? What happens? Because I look at it, I'm doing it more and more, and I know that Uranus goes into Gemini by next year. Man, talk about having to really find out what the use of the Gemini, the genre of our minds, and meta, but really communications altogether. It's going to keep vibrating there. What are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's the same as what are we going to do with Earth? Right now, we're at what are we going to do with the Earth? What are we going to do with not the Earth? Because we are one with the Earth. It's our inner sanctuary. It's our peace. It's our sense of um, tranquility and serenity that we get when if we start to tap enough truth that it's like beyond the shadow of a doubt, we're starting to reach stability. See, the human organism and civilization itself, if you haven't noticed, is under experiment by just a few that know that how to start swinging things back and forth into such an extreme. That's called vibration. See, see, the most aware, believe it or not, the most highest of high is still. It looks still, but it's vibrating the most. See, the thing is, the lower vibrational frequency is the thing you don't want. The one that goes like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And a lot of that in science is described. They're saying, look at these lower vibrational frequencies that they're putting through the air. The scalar wave is usually a lower vibrational frequency. It's really reflecting like that on a lot of scales that they call, the low life, the lower vibrational frequency. What is that? Well, it's anybody who is not being a very good presence to the truth. It's like an elephant in a china shop, and it's not doing good for what is needed there, the delicacy of just an awareness level, and I'm going on and on in my life right now because I would like to make a difference, and I don't think I'm making a difference in my personal life. I'm hitting. It has to do just with associations. I'm not reaching out. I'm in the middle of. I try to talk about it here. It's a vulnerable time for a lot of us, especially humanity. And I'm trying to make this particular thing work for us. I can explain on an Aquarius moon level. Really, it's Aquarius. It's very selfless. It's humanitarian. The use of SM. You yourself can think of it on your own. Just think with me too, a little bit, but do it yourself too. Just think about it. Think about it. How could it really help instead of be a weaponry against us, in a stupid place of complete waste? Because we have enough waste in our personal life where it could wind up like, okay, like I say, believe it or not, I say this, and it's like, no, I live in a dangerous neighborhood. But I should just say it like this: I live in a dangerous neighborhood called Planet Earth. I don't know how. I ended up here. I was supposed to do something at the university, and it's hard to even get a. Oh, yeah. Did you get my word in edgewise here? Let's see what kind of edginess I have. Did you go to your therapist? Pardon me. Let's get it right. Sorry. Um, if you're ready, you got your therapist going. Why do you need one? You're like who can you really trust? Did I try to talk about it? Is this the same video where I was like saying, babes, it's time to reorientate ourselves to, okay, do you like your storytellers? But not only storytellers, yeah. I'm going to get organized for you. Bear with me. The videos that you come across where I'm wearing this shirt right here, and you can see the moon, and my hair is a certain way, and I'm going to sparse them out over the August. It's just because it's a certain time. Let's look at it. I wouldn't doubt right now. No, I can tell you that the sun is approaching my moon. It's going to oppose my moon. Dear fixed signs right now, my friends who are particularly your Tauruses. By the way, Taurus, you're having a hard, very tough time this month. There's a lot of squares to you. It's not a time to think that you're just going to force. Are you the one who writes a book? You must relax. There you go. Taurus starts to get it wrong after a while. They want relaxation so much. It's like, but do you face some things on a scale of discomfort enough to finally relax? Because that's the ticket now. It just might be the ticket. I mean, ask any fire sign or anything like that. It's like, no, you gotta really heat up to get temperate enough. Now, what is it? No, what is it? No, you can even do the change that needs to happen, to turn that mud into the cup from having gone through that stress of going through the kiln. I'm looking for this and this. I really want to do astrology. I mean, here it is, and um, August 1st. Hello, and I'm getting the hang of just looking at this as we go. I mean, it's one way to see it, but I see it as just a moving body. But it's important to do the monthly thing, and okay, but see, now you should know your own planets, and I do too. And it's like, well, get ready for when, yeah, the sun, it happens once a year that the sun will oppose your moon. And for me, it's just pure agitation. I'm a moon in Aquarius, and we're not really that known to be that emotionally stable at all. It's one of the things that I'll admit, come on now. Um, See, the most stable moon is Taurus. You wouldn't know that though, because they're having a Uranus conjunct their moon, or Taurus is having Uranus conjuncted at one time in the past 7 years now. It's called the 7-year itch, by the way. If you've ever heard that term, that's Uranus gives us that. It's the planet that gives you it's time to change. Anyway, and it will change. See, it changes up over a 7-year period. One sign, one evolutionary scale of awareness inside the organism. I'm understanding astrology on a level that's going to be a lot more helpful to mankind in the future if I can stay alive enough and away from the EMFs, the stuff that's trying to damage us, to keep us away from even passing anything on. And let's just do the Olympics over there with some. Where's my I do not have the capability of growing a beard, but some women do. I didn't just say that they should start competing with other like actual men, and see, that's the thing. Is that true, Shauna? Yeah, no. What does that matter? When do we expose the women that grow beards? There's one down the street. They're shaving. They're shaving their whole face. Not just that, but their entire legs. I'm not lying. I could be trying to be. You see, it's sneaky, especially what we've been through with the Uranus squaring our moons as an Aquarius moon, dealing with the Taurus over there kind of situation. It's like we're just kind of funky. I'm actually trying to be funny most of the time. It's called dry humor. When I listen to it, that's why most of the time I post it. I'll listen to it and I just start laughing. It's more like at the third time that I listen to one of my videos. I listened to it, I was like, you know what, that is so funny. That you are slurring like a drunk. What is wrong with you? Just that alone. Put that up. Can I get to my astrology? Can we? Oh, it happens once a year that you have and I wish that the people around me just won. You know, I used to have people around me, which was more. They knew I was an astrologer. What did you say, Sean? They knew I was an astrologer. They anticipated every once in a while I would pipe up. I would say, "Oh, by the way," I would know everybody's fucking chart. They appreciated that. Shauna, what's happening to me? Well, you particularly, good God, I wish you knew what was happening with you. You have a Mars square Sun square Saturn. You're gonna stay a fucking OCD patient for the rest of your life. I'm sorry, those Mars square Sun people, I mean, that's, you know, we can bag on the conjunctions, but no, they're kind of forced into, like, no, I know what you mean. We have to relax. See, I had this little joke that came up today that is talking about the OCD. It's like, you know what? Money is creating that. I don't know. There's something about the system that just requires it. You know, it's like phew, capitalize on your. You cannot be normal without being OCD. What is? I don't. Sorry, I don't. Um, Thanks for listening. Like I said, these particular videos that I'm making, where I'm incredibly sexier than this very shirt. But even though it's the same shirt, there it is. You know, you can see. Sorry. Why do I have such the ego? Well, why do I look so damn good? I'm sorry. God, I'm not like this right now. No. Um, I'm not. I'm a, I'm a skeleton. I'm not really as stuck up as everybody. See, I am in danger of that. You know, I'm in danger of being thought of as the stereotypical, absolutely fucking cold-hearted, mean bitch. And of course I am. I'm talking about more like something else that is like, no, there is something called rotten to the core that cannot be humorous about just, no, you have a knack of causing pain, don't you? Yeah, because I'm making sure you love me. I'm a woman, by the way. No, I really, I mean, it's like, whoa, Shauna, you're doing good. Some people have to learn how to fucking inflict pain like that. But you are a natural, 100%, and you get shit done. Look at that. You know, other women are going, double take. They're like, because, and I do, I try to get close to them. I'm like, but I don't pry or anything, but they start talking about it. They're like, oh, me and my boyfriend in bed and this and that. And I'm like, and so really, and so, but do you have an orgasm? And then they go like this. I think so. The answer is no. Go figure. I think, babes, if you women know what an organism is, let me go dorky. Your organism, you should represent your organism. Here, let me show you. It's here already, the school, the university. I'm having a deja vu right now, and I guess, does it mean I'm supposed to be doing this, or did I do it too much? Am I right on track? Does it mean it's like, Shauna, where's the knock? Did you find the knock that happened on this video? I'm not keeping track. As a matter of fact, I'm putting these videos scattered across the board because I'm trying to be good as a channel. I'm dealing, you are too. You're dealing with interpersonal issues that are directly connected to the triad dark forces that are trying to steal your soul. But some people have the solution. We do, what is this? Enjoy, we trust. Of course. See, we have this. What I'm doing is just like boom, 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 bam, 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 hey, yay, ooh, wow. Sorry about the look. It's gonna get worse, a little bit bad. We're gonna get back to talking about Pluto. You know what? Hey, when he comes back, squaring my Mercury The is what you're gonna hear after a while. Yeah, I've pre-warned people. I say, you know what? Pluto is gonna square my Mercury-Uranus conjunction. I'm a genius moving into, like, just give me my leather jacket. We're gonna talk about the cash register over there. Did you notice that fucking thing? The media that goes in and out of it. Do you think we understand it? It says, sorry. Whew, God, did you hope I get out of that? I pray. I think, is this permanent brain damage? No, you have fucking Pluto going over your Mercury, and don't be afraid of it. Just handle what it's showing you now. What is it showing me, Shauna? Shauna, what is it showing you? At this point, babes, with Neptune in Pisces, I was trying to explain it. You better learn how to just go into that hangman position and just go, actually, fuck it. We don't have a solid physical. It's supposed to go in dreamland. Did you know? Do you know how to dream? Can you forget about now? Because what do you want to talk about? This is what I'm getting more of the feel of August with the Gemini, Mars conjunct Jupiter. Did you know that we didn't even talk about? I didn't, and I apologize. But see, with Venus over there in Leo, she was being sneaky last year, and then Barbie doll came out, the Barbie movie. Weird. They're doing something, man. They're doing something based on the Venus thing. Just look at it, and it was retrograde last year. See, and some other astrologers are keeping better track of that, and I'm gonna get better when I get. Come on, you guys. Do I have my address going on? Did you like the fact that I skipped over the real subject matter? It's just organism. Get your real science together, and then when you get the organism down, which is potentially, well, it's yeah. Here it is. You're going to have money that somehow, there's your media. It reminds you how to do it. It says, well, this is what you want to pay for. The stuff that makes you feel good. Do you think any of that's our choice? Comment section down below. Does your money end up making you feel joy? The problem with people like me, and other people too, you too also could be, we're just going to keep trying to talk about it. See, you can bother to think with us about it at least a little bit. It's hard. It's hard to talk about money. It is. Because it's like trying to talk about, well, are we sure that there's oxygen? I know that I breathe it, and I do not mean to at all in any way that it's equal to oxygen or water. No, but it's kind of like that. Why is it such a mystery when it's not? It's not. The reason why I know it's not, it can't possibly be a problem that can't be solved. It's this. It's because, well, there's a machine over there that makes it. Well, they're trying to convert it over to this machine. They're trying to do something else with it. Well, what is all that? See, well, you want to question it. What is it? What is? See, I feel like Krishna Mirti now. Very irritating. I'm glad though. See, I'm gonna dare put these videos up, and it might be that it makes a, a good hit. See, I was trying to. What I mean for people, in case you like extremely scattered fucking people that are going through this Leonian fucking shit with the Aquarius. I was trying to tell you about Venus. That it just squared Uranus. Okay, let me tell you when it squares, my friends. Can I tell you when the fucking Venus gosh dogged? Pardon my language right now. Squares Uranus? Let me look at this. Pardon me. Fuck. I have something on my glasses. Man, you know how it is. It's looking like it happens tomorrow. The reason why I'm cussing and everything is because I have a love life. You do too. You do too. This is affecting all of our love lives. It's like, well, you're trying to see the Venetian people right now. If you're totally unconscious, You're trying to get your pleasure on, and you're probably going to run out. And it's like, this is not the time to try to get any kind of sexual gratification or any gratification at all. Even your money is not going to work. I bet you anything it doesn't. Well, see, you're not going to have the unpredictable time that you thought you would always have with it. It's like, no, actually, we just look, we go and we make it what it is. No, you can't do that now. You can't. Sorry, just wait. Because the unpredictable thing that will come up is that it's like, nah. What? Ah, what is it for a lot of people? It's been for a long time with the Uranus and Taurus. Money. Money. The main thing is like, how much of a waste can it get? We have a problem with the gift giver narcissist who, they're not at all common when you have a birthday, more like when it's Christmas and there's resources going around. They get you something completely off the wall. It's like, no, actually, we need so much. You're better off giving us money so we can get what we want and need. They don't care. They don't know you enough to get you anything. And we're supposed to take this. Talk about a narcissist's bleed through. It's the thought that counts. No, it doesn't. Believe me. We'll get to talking about that pretty soon, too. All right, so we're going to talk about it, really, because we're going to see how that, with the Gemini, it's a lot of thought. Jupiter blow up, and then it squares. Babes, right now, we're going to have to get through, tomorrow it's like, apologize to all of your lovers, your children, all the things you love that you just can't get it to right now, and even yourself. It's like, why aren't I able to take what's coming? It could be even unpredictable. You're like, well, you're not even sure that this is the right thing for you. It's like, well, no. If you notice, you it's important that we have connection and the comfort zones that away from our uncomfort zones that we are disciplined. Like, see, is our discipline paying off to where we can say, no, now this is what it's all about, right? It's that story that comes up about the guy that repairs boats, and there was this massive boat that somebody bought, and he couldn't figure out how to start it. It just was seized. But this guy, he has 35 years of experience or more, 65, as to how to fix these massive boats. And so he gets called over, and see, he just gets a little hammer out and he fixes the boat with the tiny hammer in just one place. And then he goes, hey, go start it. And it starts right up. And the guy just goes, wait a minute, you want $30,000 just for the hammer on the one place like that? And it's like, yep. It took me 45 years to figure out where to hit it for the certain part, the trouble that I can hear, the ignition, whatever. Sorry. Now, why did I come up with that fucking story? Sorry about that. Well, we're at a point now where we have to kind of look at ourselves like that, as novelty, men and women. I didn't just say, oh, now it's time for them to set up a darned boxing ring or some kind of fucking competition match. No. See, Christ Jesus suggested that it takes two or more. Just two or more. And what happens? See, if you bust out into something you really know, you're not seeing things there, are you? No, let's get back to feeling good. It feels good. When you really get something, just takes two or more. Now I'm talking about men and women. What if it is that? Yeah. And then see when you just go cha-ching, imagine this, that all of the information possible written about your particular status as men and women lights up. It starts to see, you can see all, no, this is what they were saying. This is what they were saying in religion, in whatever fairy tale, right? It's just turned into a fairy tale. And in fact, it could be, if we're not careful, it could be lost forever. I mean, it can get really bad, right? And a lot of people want to know, what is it that I'm talking about, Shauna? I'm talking about not just men and women. No, I have never said this before, but thank God it took him 45 minutes to finally come up with just one little segment out of the mini. That there's a possibility that there's human beings that could be here. Men and women can achieve it. If you look at the genitals, you say, yes, that's a three-legged hanging down, or that's just a button. However you would say that there's two of these fucking characters that, well, no, one is giving out children. I'm sorry I sound drunk. The other one might be drunk. Um, Point being, possibility that that's here. Let's just, if it is, what if they are, now what if there's a plan? What if they had a creator? Sorry, I'm sounding drunk. I think it's good for people though. I'm gonna put this on a Sunday. Don't forget, these shirts, this stuff here. What is it about, Shannon? What is going on? Oh, get ready. Yeah. Did you know that Venus is squaring Uranus? I'm gonna put this tomorrow. I have another video coming up that I made probably a week ago that's gonna air tomorrow, but this is the most recent vibration of here. Pardon me ruining your view. Wanted to talk about how this is going to affect Aquarius, and Taurus is not having a stable time, and I don't know how to see. I'm being affected too. I'm a moon in Aquarius. See, the only thing I can say, babes, I will say as a Spock kind of a moon in Aquarius, very Uranus type of person. Everybody should learn their astrology and know. That's what the beauty of astrology is. It's like, oh my God, I wonder how so-and-so is doing with these particular transits right now. It happens to be exactly on their blah, blah. Or they're having their sun opposed moon today. Or this particular, see, the square between Venus at 26 degrees, Leo, Uranus. That's pretty intense. Women are being picked on. Um, there's a hard time with love. I don't want to say an attack, but see, when you go see, if you have an expectation, you can't right now. I mean, I'm not saying that. See, it's just we're gonna notice it. Like, have you tried to enjoy the Olympics without all of the overlay of just trying to, like, you're being? It looks like it's a fucking a crazy making crew. And it's supposed to be something that, like, we enjoy our intellectual property and IQ level, the accomplishment of civilization, of which that we're coming together just by way of viewing this. What is it? After a while, it's like, what the fuck? Right? Sorry. Pardon the instability. I can. Let's all apologize to Taurus over there. But we all know that they've been, but it's like there isn't any reason to not try and calm people down and provide a better, like, stability, right? Taurus is all about stable. Now, if you piss Taurus off, I know this. See, there's a guy up here. Everybody knows him. He's a Taurus guy, and yeah, you notice that the worst of the worst is being created by something that wants the worst of the worst to be more so than the other. See, there is a balance too. It's like, it doesn't have to be either or. Why not just notice it and go right up the middle? And that's the idea, right? That's the ideal, and that's what the idea is behind any of the divination tools that we are using, such as astrology, anything really. There's a way to look at it. It's like, whoop, just use the canoe for the reason that it's there, but don't carry it around with you. Um, just know that how to let go, but really benefit from the experience. Know that it's necessary. That was temporary, but it's so necessary. And see, and like this video, 50 minutes. I'm proud of myself. See, I want people are getting. They like storytellers more. They like a train that takes them. They might listen to this just to relax. They might listen to it right before bedtime. And there's some videos that I'm making just to counteract some other videos that I was like, God, that was so emotionally disturbed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to help it. This particular cuts that I'm making up into I need a good friend. You know, I'm back to my Aquarius moon. That is, it's for everybody, by the way. I am humanity. And with this thing that's coming up, you know, Pluto is like this. I'll be back with the friend. Because now Pluto's going to go and mess with the political parties. He's going to say, what's going on here? Did I see the same shit coming on again? You can't do that again. Now what is going on? How? But the whole thing doesn't make sense because we are supposed to be talking about some stuff disrespectful to a lot of information fields. But then now when they have an election time where they're looking for a leader and oh we've got this and what the fuck is going on over there? We have a system. We have something right here. We also have a screen. We have our own concerns that are boiling up. Can we just do an algorithm and figure out, let's just cut back, let's take the peaks off of something, let's transmute it by some communication one by one. Is it really that shit over there that we want to pay attention to? That thinks it's going to be happening in the United States? Not only is it a woman president, but it's got color, and it's like, you know what? So what? Where is the human? Is it a human being up there, or isn't it a human being? That's kind of like the movie that we're really watching. And if you really want to make it interesting, when it comes to the mind being possessed by something else and not the divine, that it's not being hooked into the triad, the heart, which is pumping the iron blood. I almost said irony. Um, what does that mean? It means same. Why is the word iron in it? You want to look at it. Ironic. Ironic. What does it mean? Why? Because you're living within an electromagnetic field here, and your heart is the main electromagnetic router that picks up and see on reality, outer space, the plasmatic field. It is so sensitive. It has X-ray ability. I want you to understand what a super sensitive empath, a human being, just a regular human being, is dealing with. Same equipment that they get is from studying how it works within a human being. Telepathy, audio clairvoyancy, um, remote viewing, just being able to sense something, looking into the body, being able to heal it, being able to feel certain discrepancies of the slightest kind, X-ray, lie detecting machines, all operating on the invisible magnetic electrical field that we are in fact mainly energy, frequency, and vibrations. Thank you for listening to this, and I hope that you appreciate my little bit of a calm down with these shirts on. Still airing these videos going through very uncertain times, but I happen to think that we are supposed to help each other through this. At the very least is what I'm going to say, but we're supposed to communicate and start reorientating and then finding support that way. See, I would say I want to get back to my meditation. See, the government, I'm going to put this like next Sunday on the 6th or something. The government plans on dislodging and keeping everybody unstable, and you want to get away from that. See, they prey on. See, they want you to pacify yourself. And we all know this, and people don't want to talk about it. See, they're all rolling their eyes right now. But you see, we're tired of the patterning that. Okay, so it can happen on a massive scale. That some major. It's called war. World War III. What is it going to come in the form of, though? We are looking at um, we're looking at not very much, not necessarily an announcement that says this is outright war, but we're looking at policies that have um, they have to go along the guidelines intergalactically that kind of gives the language warning the population. But see, an ideal is to first of all hide all the weaponry, make it look like an accident, right? Like, oh, this is just stuff. Okay, oh, look, oh, now somebody did. Well, we have a solution for you now, or even, yes, I'm going so far as to say earthquakes that could just all of a sudden we're going to start having earthquakes, huh? Well, watch out. See, um, if you're retarded enough, you don't even need that. If you believe that the next president isn't drunk, because you'll be able to see it. It's sad. The population is dumbed down enough that they're not going to notice. They're going to see that person needs to be tranquilized to be up there. And alcohol is one of a good way. They're just like, they get in a state. And like, sure, I'll go, sure. And just start reading the prompts. All right. Not today, not tomorrow, but now is the best. We need your $10 there because there's no time. Very easy to speak like a narcissistic. You don't have to know that they're drunk, but I'm telling you that if you look at President Bush Senior, his tranquilizer of choice, because it's a very heavy duty. You're going to start wars. You're going to be posing as a leader and in control, and not saying that you're not heavy duty affiliate. Of course you are, but no, you are kind of a puppet up there. But his tranquilizer of choice was heroin. Plenty of times where you can see that he's on it. Doesn't mean that he was always on it, but no, he was. You can see that there's times junkies like that. We call them drug addict junkies. There's an on and off time of it. They could be doing speed in between, right? Drugs, just straight up drugs. Yeah, no, you're. God, thank you. Sorry, it's minute 58. Feel sorry for people like me that are getting agitated by all this stuff, and it's like, see, when the Trump thing, the ear thing happened, it's like, okay. But then now, they just keep doing this stuff, and look at it. I'm trying to organize my material enough so that I will be able to. I'm trying to tell you when Mercury gets back to the closest number that it was, in fact, 1 degree away, when all of that drama happened. It's just going back to visit. It's very uncanny to me. It's like, oh, really? And that's right about at the time. Okay, it goes back. Okay, get the right date. Be on this one. It goes back to in Leo. It goes back to 21, right on the 28th of August. Okay, now sometime around there, yeah, pretty close. See a little afterburner of what the media is trying to do, and they're already doing things. See, we now have this terrible. It's terrible. I feel it. It's irritating because it's messing with our love lives. It's messing with our ability to have pleasure, especially we have because Venus and Leo. If you knew Venus and Leo, picture Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. I mean, but really, I mean, if you're a prejudiced person, you're not going to like that. But I'm not. I know just good entertainment. They like their entertainment. They're just happy-go-lucky, man. They're very charismatic. Venus and Leo, the woman, You can't beat those lovers. Really, when you are loved by a Venus and Leo, you don't want it to ever stop. You know you're lucky as hell. They have turned their attention, and now you are ravished and lavished over and gifted and held up high, and there isn't anything like it. Everybody knows that. I'm just saying the energy of the nature of the Venus and Leo in the air right now, but it's squaring Uranus, who has been there for a while, and it's kind of unpredictable. It says, nah, nah, nah. It says maybe we don't have enough funds, something like that, because it's Taurus over there. See, Taurus has kind of been going through it. See, it's humanity itself. What is the value? What is valuable? Really, it's kind of a mix-up, isn't it weird? Because it's not money that has brought us pleasures. Skills do. Thanks for listening to all of this, and don't forget, these shirts strewn across August, one day, moving into hyperactivity of something. Have mercy on people like me, that needs. I do need. We all do. We don't need to be preyed upon. See, did I repeat myself? Humanity is going through this. It's like this. We can't do that system anymore. That that always makes us feel like that we're just gonna lose it. In fact, we already did, and that's why you're there. You need to stay on time. You need to get ahead. And what do they have? It's the extremes. Oh, there's the homeless over there. And then, and see, that's just the creation. It's like, babe, yeah, those people might be better on track. But as far as how, what I mean is, if they did figure out how to maintain themselves without so many stuff of the world, that they can still remain in integrity. See, I'm going to go on for another 20 minutes to just talk to you about what is out on the streets that isn't necessarily retarded and drug infested and addicted and lopsided. And although it is there, it is there, and we can't say that, but the same thing isn't over there in the workforce. It's just they got up and said, fuck it, I would rather have this label than that label. I don't mean to sound ungrateful for what I have now. See, I don't want to lose what I have, that's for sure. There isn't any reason for it. See, I happen to think we're living in a time that is going to be rapidly changing, and it's time to see what Uranus and Taurus is saying. It's saying, you know what, there's a lot of changes that are coming on, but guess what the best thing to do is now? Stay still. In fact, whenever something announces itself and says, oh, you got to look at this and you got to just agitate about it, don't do it. Turn it all off. Start meditating. Start showing somebody how enthralled and involved you can get with your parakeet or something like that. Like, just make them jealous how that you polish up your parakeet's cage and you keep it and everything. This right here is the President of the United States. Hi, Mom. But no, that's what Taurus is calling for. If we don't get it by the end of the year, see, when it goes into a Gemini, I'll tell you, when it goes into Gemini, we're going to have to start talking about things. See, and the talking thing, I'm sorry I'm doing so much of it now. I mean, really, it's harmful. It just means I'm restless. Who cares, right? Who cares? Narcissists, Satan wants your instability. That's the only way that they can work and plug into. They like that you're agitating. See, now I get the visuals of, you know what? Do you know why that those people up there on stage are dancing like that in early day? In early day, when the cameras first came out, and they were doing Hollywood, and people were dancing and The main ones I'm looking at, I'm sorry, but they were black people. They were wearing a top hat and they were just dancing. It's because they were going to get paid money. And that's what money said to do. And really, no. See, they probably knew how to dance, but something said, you know what? I'll pay you to do that. And then it made it to where they had to do it, right? It wasn't such, is it the joy? Is it in joy we trust? See, that's where when I was a kid, I would be looking at it and I'm looking at it. There's there's a particular dance routine. I bet you it's a particular time era. Now, it's probably when they didn't have sound as much. It's black and white. But it doesn't change from that. That people, now they start calming down and like, now what? Light up a cigarette. There was a time when on film, you couldn't have a fucking film. They were advertising to smoke cigarettes. Well, what happens after that? That generation who was raised on cigarettes, they couldn't stop it. They are having, ooh, woo, right? Ooh. Because there's better smoke to inhale. Very controversial there, but you want to look and start doing autopsy. Well, what's the comparison to people that just smoke herbs compared to that stuff that has all kinds of chemicals in it that are crazy? Anyway, thanks for listening to this. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. I didn't. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. That's why I'm feeling skeptical about posting it. But so I hope that I I didn't just transfer all my restlessness onto somebody. I never did want that with any of these videos. See, the thing is there's this thing called observe, don't absorb, and out of all the people, I would need to learn that. The Aries needs to learn it. Because we have now, if you think about them, they have an apparatus. It's the head, and what it really is that's a huge electromagnetical thing. It's not only just to use to do things like that. No, it's a huge. They're listening in a different way. They probably see things in a different way, and very, 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 very sensitive, and can't ignore that. Can't ignore it. Thanks for this. I don't want to. I don't want this to be something that is that seems like that I'm just like I'm addicted and I can't stop. No, no. Um, I have a profound sense of mission and that there is a way to use this. And I wanted to talk about I will be unfolding some things. See, the main thing is to just tell you. I'm going to put this up when it's the Venus square Uranus here on the 2nd of August. Some people are going to want to hear it, but people in my that are having trouble with me, see, I could just tell that they don't want to hear me at all, right? It's because they've had enough of my flack, because they can't get what they want out of me. It's the same with you. It's the same. I'm trying to express, like, it's like this is a hell of a testing time for all of humanity. It's not only just this August, see, the communication, we're going to call it out. We're kind of calling it up with this Mercury retrograde. Pardon me while I have to itch my eyeballs. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. Anyway, so when we have this thing coming up with just August is not an easy month. We look at it, it's hard to keep taking these blows and swallowing it. As far as how that it does, see, I don't see, along with the solar flares and stuff, I don't see how people are trying to maintain like the life of ignorance. It's just like, no, we do it like this. It's this and this, right? You just try to stay in the control thing. And now, you know, the main thing, though, see, the main thing is, will you allow the changes that are needed? Can you feel them coming on? How is it for you? What is it? You know, for a lot of people, it's just change of life, right? A process that's very inevitable. And we can get into this, how complicating that is, and that's where I'm coming in with trying to communicate it to you now. It's because it's a cash in and cash out kind of thing, generationally. And then, yeah, you want to talk about what is rising and falling here as possible civilization, if it happens at all. I mean, what is it really? It's being backed into a trippy corner, because where we're at, see, this could really quicken up perception and ability to organize, more like resonate, cause resonation into organization. Woo, baby! Because yes, when there's true resonation, I tried to explain it. Is this the same video? See, it means it's a healing place. And that organization wouldn't happen without resonation. And what is the organization, folks? It's here already. It's your organ. And guess what? Much to the disappointment of a lot of people that like the Joker or whatever, and much to the contentment of a lot of very respectable people, it's not your genitals, although that's one of the first higher learning tools that you will grab to learn something about the law of attraction, how to feel good, and then get just to feel, to enjoy. We trust God, you guys. See, I'm going to keep going around in circles with you here, and even though it took an hour, I have my Bible here, and it's easy to pull up. I have a lot of tearing out of some things to do, and I will. See, I want people to send me money so that I can get a new pad of paper here, because I will put together eventually. There's going to be something that I will be able to sell to the public. Get your See, because organization is going to happen. See, do you see the word organ in there? Now, do you see what I bothered to do? That's supposed to be a heart. That's really a set of boobs and a set of balls. But anyway, let's get back to God. We can't get that disgusting. It's not disgusting. No, no, no. That's not bad. You can't blasphemize or demonize the human body parts. This is a butt right there. That's a butt right there. A real heart. I mean, it looks like this, I guess. And then when you put two together, there's like that. I don't know. I hate to go here. And absolutely, this film is getting worse and worse. Who is this idiot that says tits and ass and butt on there? But it's a heart, okay? God, you guys. It is. It's not. Your genitals. Although, no. We'll get back to that later. Very scientific. Highly scientific. See, and wrapping it up, Christ Jesus suggested it just takes two or more. If you figure it out, it has nothing to do with your egos. You're just going to see something. And then make sure you keep them tablets up saying, shing, because it's all probably already known over there, but where's the information? How do we really get it across to where we don't get so mixed up as we are now? Because even though we can do it, and they have, I'm talking about getting a sex change. Even the implants, getting bigger boobs and making it look like that you're like a permanent milk sack. The reason why men, immature ones by the way, like big boobs is because that's what they remember to proportion. When you're there facing any boob that's full of milk, your head is very small at that time, and all you see is it's just this massive. Here I am again talking about this. How cheap. No, that was a very scientific thing. You know, because there's a so-called culture, but really it's a phenomena of just, did you wake up yet, or are you still, come on, man, in case the kids are watching, really. I do good comedy, that's all. And it should be based in truths. There's a truth there. Sorry, I'm trying to get my entertainment going, really. What I was really trying to do, I will too, is I'll keep shining this onto everybody, um, in case you feel, um, the the in case you just want to make somebody's day. A lot of times it's not about that nowadays. It's about depriving. I tried to explain on one of my videos that cut out, the video game that came up. Did you see it yet? It, See, this video is it's there, and it's like, oh my God. And the reason why I'm glad it's there is because it's going to wake a lot of people up. They're going to have enough of it. They're going to say, no way, no way, do not ever go here with your kids or your video gameage, because, um, it's lethal. It's terrible. It's what they're just showing you. Look, what do you think? You can starve people out, and this is a game. You can withhold. That's probably what's happening anyway. But they just made a video game about it and say, look, don't you know how to live? You do not let people live, and you get on top of it. You get on top of the resources that they need, hoard it, and trickle it out, cause illness, capitalize on that. I'm serious. There's a video game that's out that's like that. It's like this. It's like, well, do you see something thriving? Well, now, how do you make it unthrive? Here, hit a window out. Now they're cold. Do they have to go get wood? Here, take the wood away. Now, and it turns, the way you win, turn them into an ice cube and make them die. Why do I say that? I don't want, see, I don't want that to come out on me. I'm saying try to avoid being on that team. That's stupid. See, the natural thing to do if you're a healthy person, you want the best for everybody. I hate to sound like it's like this. See, I don't want to involve myself at all. I would love to just make this work, and I'm going to keep doing it because I think it can work. I don't want to get on here in any worse a condition than I am now. It's pretty bad, believe me. I'm not letting you in on. Um, See, if I got Vimeo, PayPal, I will. See, I'm trying to work on that right now. I need extra money to get my communications going. And I'll keep stringing you out, see what I would do if you really like me, and I don't see how it could happen now. Oh my God, Chiron? And don't ever say that again. I'm not likable when I'm not feeling well or tired or being a lot of stress. That's just a Libra. You don't want to know a Libra. You want to be around a Libra when they're imbalanced. They are just flat ugly. Babes, Libras are charming, beautiful people most of the time. They are along with the canary in the coal mine thing. They're opposite the Aries, the canary in the coal mine. Very sensitive people. It's like, oh, imbalance, and now there's something wrong, geometrically off. But they are very tough, more so than they won't be as spontaneous as Aries. Unfortunately, to fix things in their relationship. Both of them are capable of carrying out toxic relationships. See, but Libra will be the one that is being toxic. It's like, wait a minute. See, um, Aries cannot stay in it. Aries just wants to remain in their life force energy and say, no, come on, we have our independence, and are we having fun yet? See, and so that's a hard balance. Their Libra seventh house is it's calling for balance, And that's how they can possibly get along. It's one of the most extraordinary oppositions you'll ever run into. It's the first opposition of the zodiac, and I'm just trying to find, again, did I show you my address? I'm trying to raise money so I can get my. See, right now I have a lot of doubt, but really, my astrology says that every bit of it. No, try it. Try to tap your creativity. And see, you're putting a lot out there, and your voice actually hurts right now from having to try and put some stuff out there. Try to get back some reciprocating energy. That's all it is, right? And see, I don't make money, but it's simple as this. You'll probably see an improvement. Fair warning. I might get my shit together more. I might be more work ethic oriented. I won't discontinue channeling what I need to help whatever that might actually be of help. And I hope you can hear this because I am fading out. It's a long video, and well, it's kind of like saying, "Hey, I'm sorry about not warning you about the Venus square that we're having right now. It's the Venus square Uranus, and oh man, just send your lover a little note that says, I'm sorry it's so hard right now that none of us can be together, and really it's heading into some tough times. It's like, you know what? If you're not really meant to be together, it's just not going to work. That's really tough. That's really tough because you can still, you can think the world of each other, and you can know that you have a potential, but see, it's only a potential if you can't be there, really. Is that happening with you? Comment section down below. It's possible, something like that. And thank you for sending the donation. Finally, I got you to do it. It's not. It's just the same as PayPal and Vimeo, isn't it? Do you not use the green cash anymore that much? I mean, is that hard for people to just do it? I'm sorry. I mean, I really am proud of you for. I won't suggest to lick the envelope. They have self-licking envelopes, right? And even the stamp. Just what I'm saying is you don't have to expose yourself to the old stuff. I'm sorry that I'm still in the Stone Ages, but no, we don't know, babes. Make it work. It's the same. We have cash still, right? Who doesn't like handling the green cash? See, I went and pulled out some money to feed my chickens, and my life is going to go through a lot of changes. See, I'm going to try to use the money to change my communication so that I don't have to go down the road that when we start thinking about, oh, things got to change, it's a lot of times something hijacks our ability to just get up, and it's called power tripping, right? The system wants to do it for you. They want you to ignore the best thing that you can do as far as that change is concerned. And all I'm trying to do is make some change, apparently. $5 would be good. I mean, imagine if 300 people, that's just if 100 less sends it. I have 400 and some odd followers here. When I keep repeating myself, this little thing here, just think about it. It could happen for you too. See, if you had me as a follower for Facebook or this, we could just start a trend. How would that work, Shauna? Because nobody has the money, and everybody's going to start just waiting for their pay, right? Like, nah, you have the money. Like they always say, just skip your Starbucks trip and let me have that $5 for that day. You don't even need that anyway. Come on. you're looking at somebody that I'm capable of helping out on a level that it's like, you know what? But what am I helping out? You know, we could just shut up. Something saying it's like, yeah, can you do that? Even Tesla over there, even Jesus Christ saying, yeah, can you stop? There isn't any use for this. I mean, what are you gonna do? What? I know I'm in prison, and in prison, you have people taking care of you there. Some of them say, oh, you don't have enough, blah blah blah. Well, here's some for that. They just know they're in prison, and it's like, well, I'll feed the low points, stop that person from crying. We all have to deal with the atmosphere here, and there's something called commissary. Commissary as just somebody um, sent you money, or yeah, you have access to resources through money. And like I said, in there, they're helping each other a lot a lot better etiquette in there. It's amazing. I don't want to talk like that, but oh my God, here it is, there it is. No, nobody belongs in confinement like that. But when you know that you're in this weird dome, it's not domain, huh? Um, Here I go again. There it is. It's simple. My name is Shauna. Put on the job and calm somebody down. Get them away from that pattern of abuse that, first of all, thinks that none of their stuff is worth a damn. Like, nothing that they have ever done in their life is worth anything. And it's not true. See, I don't have that feeling. Um, no, when you're around people that, like your workplace, was it like that? I'm sorry. Please help. Take me away from, um, first of all, thinking that I'm begging for money here. When really, I just gave you an hour and 27 minutes of my time. I hate to sound like that too, because I would rather be much more useful, you know. And I will be. I will be. I want you to understand these two words: abuse, use. It's okay to use me, believe me, and I am begging of you. Please use me. Do not be of abuse. Don't see, that's where you're being useless to yourselves. Abuse. Ab means, babes, I'm still doing Sesame Street. It's worth it. It means abnormal. It means off. It means, well, look it up. Um, anyway, thanks again, and don't let the system continue to feed on loosh. You know what loosh is, right? It's this. Please. Also, you don't know what it's like when your child has cancer and they're supposed to be growing, but they're doing leukemia. And, sorry. How about that boxing match over there where the woman is like, and I had some friends on Facebook they're going, let's put the post up. This woman worked 25 years since she was 2 to be this athlete, and this, that, there's your loosh. Don't let them tap in on that. See, there's entities that are there right now that they now. Did I tell you about this system? I'm getting alert and I'm trying to make sense out of this now. Who? There it is over there. They're looking at it. They're like, um, they're the superior because they're the ones who have control of it. Somehow they're like, well, I'm certainly not there, and but they're not full of any emotion at all. They're feeding on loosh. Period. And what do they do? What do they have for you? You need some help. I know. I know how it is. I was homeless once. Yeah. What are you gonna do? God, can you please? Please, life isn't meant to be that way.